Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday morning. How is everyone doing? Good morning, Patrick. Good morning, Jacob. Good morning, Options 22. We will take a look at the cues. We will do that coming up shortly. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Hey, everybody hiding in the background, feel free to jump in on the chat. A busy week this week, coming up, especially starting on Wednesday. Tight range today. We don't have much coming out. We have a lot of Fed speak today. So we have the only numbers really coming out are the wholesale inventories at 9 a.m. Central, so 30 minutes after the open. Hey, Christoph. We have Barr speaking at 9. We have Daly speaking at 9:30. We have Mester speaking at 10. And we have Bostic at 11, and all those are in Central Time. And the only other thing, we have consumer credit, another very minor number. So we don't have anything else really this week. Tomorrow we got Optimism Index, Bullard again speaking. Wednesday really starts getting into the data because we got the final CPI before the rate hike, and Thursday we have the final PPI, and we also have Bostic speaking again, and Mester speaking on Wednesday. So besides the initial jobless claims, continuing jobless claims Thursday, PPI more minor, but it'll be still interesting. Then Friday we got the preliminary consumer sentiment numbers coming out. So the week sort of backloaded. Also, this week, Friday kicks off earnings seasons with the banks. We'll take a look at that in a second. So far, we have Meta still running off their latest Twitter challenge. We have Tesla up slightly. All the other mega caps are down. We have consumer defensive. It looks like a slight rotation in consumer defensive also. Be interesting to see banks running into this Friday. Sector only things basic materials pulling back, comm services pulling back a bit. Let me do a quick refresh on this. Yeah, not as much now. Consumer defensive leading it, which we could see on that heat map right over here. So it might be a slight rotation into some more defensive stocks. Going to keep watching that for today. Fed Watch tool. We're still at 92% for the rate hike in 14 days. So that's still baked in for a 25 basis point hike and then a solid pause through May of 2024. So that's where all that sits. Fear and greed, still an extreme greed. We've had a 3-day pullback so far, not even taking us out of extreme greed. And the other current value market valuation models still incredibly overvalued. Not to the highest it's ever been, but still for the stage, everything's priced to perfection. And earnings yield on the S&P is now looking to be negative, especially if they hike again. PE ratio, we're still up at 25.46, and the Schiller is over 30 still. So market really priced into perfection. Right now we're trading 44.32, still in negative gamma mode. Remember, amplifies the ups and down moves. The gamma flips though at 44.45. There is some more call gamma kicking in above 44.50. The major to the downside that really could start accelerating stuff is still 4,400. Nothing has changed with that. So those are the two key levels I'm really watching. 44.50 today, and then on any sell-off this week, it's still 4,400. Keeps it real easy to remember. Not much. WD-40 after the market today. Not really much. Thursday we got Delta, Pepsi, Progressive. So that's the big stuff on Thursday. But Friday is the official start to earnings season. JP Morgan, UNH, United Health, Citi, Wells. And there you got BlackRock at the bottom. So where they should be, BlackRock at the bottom. So Friday is going to be the big thing. So that's really going to potentially be the market mover more so than consumer sentiment on Friday. It's going to be the earnings from the financial sector, and then they continue next week. So that's where that stands. Hey, dream comes true. Good morning. We'll take a look at US dollar, Japanese yen. Would you repeat your settings on the stochastic RSI? It's like 8333, I believe. I'll have to look it up later. I have a custom one built, so it's not easy to look at the settings. Hey, Christoph. How you doing? So, again, 3-day we had the little rally on Friday and then the sell-off into the close this morning. We're still holding the daily rotation zone. Still holding the rotation zone. So does the double top in the S&P is still in place. Potential, remember, it's not even triggered or confirmed yet. The only one that's confirmed is the Dow, but it's still not triggered. So I'm watching today, again, that 4,400 is key. Not only is it bottom of the rotation zone, it's essentially 75% harmonic. Would not be surprised to at least see a possible choppy pause today. And I don't know what the Fed speak could say that's really shy. I mean, they've already come out last week and said, we're looking for that next hike. So I don't know what else they can say, because I think the market's pretty much priced that in. You've seen that in the CME FedWatch tool. So I'm not expecting them to say anything. We are not at cycle bottoms yet on the daily or the weekly. We still can have more downward pressure, and we're still not connected with the weekly rotation zone. So far, if you look at this for the last few weeks, it's been on the bigger picture, it's been a sideways correction. You can see that here. Since really, I mean, we're only trading slightly below the close from the beginning of June. We're not trading that far. So it's really, I mean, yeah, we've been back and forth on the daily, but on the bigger macro, it's a sideways correction so far. What will change that for me is if we really start getting below this daily rotation zone. So far, I'm going to see how strong this rotation is up, and I'm still watching for, we still could have a few more days before we get true bottoming price action. Is there any fantastic thing going into the open? No. We're trading against the breakdown level, this 44, 34, 35 area. If you start getting above that, I'm using the harmonics. And look, they sit at 44.49. That's at 44.50 level. Then I'll go to about 44.65 to 44.71, which is the other. You can use the harmonics back on the way up. And that's really key, because that's the breakdown zone from the topping area. Other than that, if we roll over, I'll be watching for a potential double bottom around that 62.5 level. If we break lower, 4,400 is the major. So that sums up that. NASDAQ, the futures. Okay, I know Options 22 is asking about the Qs. We do not have triple top yet in the futures. We do not have a triple top yet in the futures. So, you need a pretty strong push back up about, I'll start watching it. It'll really start getting invalidated above 15,360. If it pushes up a little today and then rolls over, it's not a triple top yet either. But you can see right here, still sideways correction, no reconnection with the weekly rotation zone yet. The key level is about 15,000 on the NASDAQ. We're trading 15,170 right now. So that's the key level I'm really paying attention to. And then, again, potential double top, but not confirmed yet. The Dow, as I said before, it confirmed this morning, but has bounced back. So it's not triggered yet. Would still need a close below 33,855. Holding also this prior lows from the 26th of June, and that formed the base of the double. And the 50, I'm really watching on the 50 on a closing basis. A closing basis. Is there a bottoming sign yet in there? No. It's just a bounce back rally into the 4-hour rotation zone. I am keeping an eye on a lot of these 4-hour rotation zones today. Russell, Pretty strong move, bounce back up on Friday. If this starts getting back into the night, really, really rallies above 1900 to conform into triple top territory. Other than that, double is still not confirmed or triggered. And remember, for me, I need the trigger. If it does confirm and trigger, I need a close below the flat 200, about 1819. Other than that, not much inside data Friday so far. So it would be Friday's high and Friday's low that I will be watching. VIX pulling back towards that 15 level. If we start dropping below 15, I'll be shifting much more to the continued rally side. DAX, remember we had this horribly sloppy. I'm just really using these for pullback targets. Would not be surprised though with the rotation zone widening to see on any continued rally, not necessarily for today, but about 15,920, watching for another rollover. A kiss this sloppy neckline goodbye and a rollover play from the breakdown from major consolidation. The notes, pausing at that key level I talked about last week, would not be surprised to see at least a pause. And remember, you don't have to have a huge bounce to correct these. We could get a sideways correction. If we do have more of a bounce, I'm watching Friday's high and then the declining rotation zone and the key close from last Wednesday, about 111.12. If we do get a bounce, and then I'll be watching for another rollover play there. The yield, I'm watching for a pullback or against some pretty key resistance, but watching for a pullback, especially to about 398, 399. The 10-2s, which triggered the double on Friday, pausing at this next level. Would not be surprised to see a minor pullback before another push higher there. Dollar index triggering, unless it was traded intraday, triggering and hitting essentially the first and second targets. So far pausing there. I'm watching for more of a retest of this final target in about 101.60. If we start breaking down below 101.60 on a closing basis, then I will be looking for a return to about 160 to 180. Crude finished a double, but not closing above 74.30. That's what I'm watching for a continued bullish. Otherwise, the support now is coming in. The key support is coming in back at about 73.30. Still overall in consolidation, so no major pattern there yet. Gold, not down to triple bottom territory yet, and not confirmed or triggered the potential double. So far, just sitting in this choppy range. And if we rotate much back down to retest the Thursday, the 6th lows, it will be triple bottom territory. One other thing, we don't look at it much, but I know a couple of people watch platinum, which we didn't cover that the double top fully played out, forming a potential double bottom against a very key level right here. That's the only thing I'm watching in platinum. Yen, we were asking, is there a double? Yes, this is right now against a key level, a potential double bottom. It does not mean it has to trigger. The trend is still down, rotating against the 4-hour rotation zone. But yes, that is a potential double bottom. Okay, so that would need a close, at least on a 4-hour time frame, below 143.0. Is that double zero? Yep, 143.00. Double not. 143.47, 143.70, 143.98. If this starts trading, though, really much below about 141.75, it's going to be off the table. Euro, we had the little strong move, pulling back to 4-hour rotation zone, so I'm watching for a rotation up in the euro still. Heading into very toppy, it would need to get a close above 101 before I really start focusing on the retest of the high range. Pound, we had the little little mini double, which is now on a bigger double you see here on the weekly. So that's the only big pattern I'm watching in the pound. And that would need a close below 125.91. Let's look at the spiders and the Qs real quick. Spiders, this is still not a triple top in the spiders. This is one side of a top. It's one side still. It did not pull back far enough. So today, trading 438.36. What to watch for here? I would still use the key harmonics. Roughly 439.40, then 441, then the high from Friday, 442.65 area. Then we still have an unfilled gap left behind to 443.13. To the downside, the major support watch around Friday's lows. And this prior close, yeah, I know we filled the gap, but I'm still paying attention to it. And then the lows from last Thursday, 437.06. On a closing basis is 436.11. The Qs, this is still one side of a potential top. It did not pull back far enough. So this is still one side. We do not have a triple top yet. It's triple-ish, but it's still, we're a long way out from triggering the double top, and this could turn into a triple top, but it's still not yet. Trading 366.05. 364.80 is first level of key support, and then 363 on a closing basis. Minors 368.39, and then majors 370.17. Tesla, trading with a gap up this morning. So in any rollover, it would be to 274.43. The double is still potentially in play unless we really start pushing above 284.50 area. On the breakdown, we start getting acceleration below 273.80. We're watching for the gap fill to 261.77. Other than that, NVIDIA, see again, this is not triple top yet. It did not pull back far enough, so we can have another push higher, even in NVIDIA, and keep the potential double top in place. And this is not a mini double top, by the way. All right, good morning, Martinez. So that's where it sits right now. That's your majors. Apple, I'm watching. If we do push up, if we get another strong rotation up, I'm watching for a potential mini double top. But we don't have a strong formation there yet.
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, because I didn't say anything to you, Siri. Let's see. Microsoft, no great patterns there yet. And in the metaverse just continuing to climb. The next, if this keeps going, the next major target is 310.35. All right, key support sitting right at 289. So that's where we sit. I hope everyone has a wonderful trading day and a fantastic trading week, and I will talk to everyone later. Bye for now.